Hi, this is Cindy from Part-Time Permies, and today I'm going to give you an update on some Broody Girls. About 2 weeks ago, one of my girls from the main flock disappeared. She had a nest set up under the old coop. So I went ahead and the next day picked up the goose eggs from a farmer who has geese. Picked up 4 goose eggs from the market from this farmer, and I ended up giving her all 4 eggs. I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to cover them, but she's actually been doing a pretty good job of covering all 4 eggs. Now these eggs are big. They're like this long, about that wide, and they're quite large. I really wasn't sure if she'd be able to cover them, but I'll show you. So she's been sitting on them just over a week now. Here she is, sitting on her eggs. She is a very defensive broody girl, so she will peck hard if I reach towards her, and she will make a lot of noise. Here she goes, puffing up. You gotta make noise too. I don't want her to peck me because she pecks hard. I only think she gets up every 2 or 3 days at most. She's the one sitting tight. So now goose eggs take 29 days to hatch. And she'd probably been sitting a week already when I gave them to her. So she's got a long haul. But she looks like she's hanging in there without a problem. Her estimated hatch day is June 11th. That'll be the 29th day, so plus or minus a little bit because it's not always exact, but that's the 29-day mark. So we'll see what happens. It's countdown to goose eggs hatching. A few days after I found her, and again she had already been broody about a week, but a few days after that, one of my young silky hens, actually, technically I think she's still a pullet because she hasn't gone through a molt yet. She hatched herself. She hatched last fall, October, I want to say. And she had just started laying this spring. Well, on Wednesday, the same week that I set my white hen, my silky hen went broody. And then we got her in the other nursery coop. You got food and water, you're good there. So this is her first clutch. I gave her 7 eggs from the main flock, and she's covering them great. With silkies, with how small they are, I don't usually give them a huge number of eggs, although, this is first time for her, so I'm going to stick with 7. I took those from my breeding group. So they should be one of 3 moms and my white rooster. And, well, we'll see how she does with this. But yesterday, we're going to test this. Last night, I was collecting eggs from my silky coop, and I noticed, actually 2 silky girls. It was late in the evening. 2 silky girls were sitting on the nest box. Okay. Well, she's not on the nest box today. She's not in here. Well, she may have been practicing, but she was really acting super broody. And I've only had 1 egg today. Both girls are out. So we'll see. I'll check on her in the next couple days. I'll start collecting eggs because she started laying eggs about a week or 2 after, may have been 3 or 4 weeks after the first silky pullet started laying eggs. She may just be awake for her once a day wake up and eat and drink, but this egg is cold. So I'm thinking maybe she was just practicing yesterday, false alarm. Okay, so broody or not so broody? That's the big question. We have 2 girls here on a nest box. One's obviously broody. She just puffed up. The other one is my quiet girl. And she doesn't usually make much noise anyway. So, big question is, do they have eggs under them? Because if there's any eggs laid, they've been like this the last couple days. If there's any eggs laid, then at least one of them is not broody. And I'm guessing it's my quiet girl. Because this girl is very defensive. So, but this girl keeps climbing in the nest box with her. We have 1 egg. So I'm not really sure if this girl's broody or not. I could let them co-raise eggs and give them more than normal. In that case, I'll give them main flock eggs. But girl, are you broody or not? You have room back in your nest box again. You're gonna pull that one under you, aren't you? That's a fake one. Yep, see? She's obviously broody. She wants that egg right underneath her. But the question is, what about this other girl? I have 1 egg. I did not collect eggs yesterday, so this 1 egg has been the only egg laid in the last 2 days. But they won't lay any eggs if they're broody. Our most recent update with our Broody Girls is that I ended up giving all 4 girls eggs. And what I ended up doing, because the hatch dates were so close for the goose eggs and all the different chicken eggs, was that I ended up giving each girl 1 goose egg and some of the chicken eggs. Only a couple days off in hatch dates. Now this is either going to be a mistake or it'll work out perfectly. And the reason why I did this was I was doing some more research on using guard geese. Well, you want them to attach to the chickens and bond with the chickens and not with each other. So after looking at all this information and adding to that, figured if I'm going to have them bond with the chickens, I can't really have them all under one hen with no chicks around. They really need to be raised with chicks. So what I ended up doing with 4 girls is giving them each one of the goose eggs. They had already been under the 1 girl for about a week and a half, I want to say. About a week. Because we're only off by a couple days either way for the hatch dates for the goose eggs versus any of the chicken eggs I had. So we kind of mixed it up. So I don't, under 1 girl, I have like 1 goose egg, 4 chicken eggs, and same for each one. Now, the 4th girl that I was questioning whether she was broody or not, I don't actually think she's broody. She's wanting to sleep on the nest box, but she's not staying there all day. So I may have lost that goose egg, and I don't think those chicken eggs were going anywhere because she kept getting up and moving around during the day. So that is my quiet girl. That's great mama when she is broody, but she had just raised a chick, and I actually don't think she was back to laying yet. I think she was actually still kind of acting a little bit like a mama. So I haven't seen an egg from her, but on the other hand, she hasn't really been sitting on the nest box. So we may have lost 1, but we do have 3 broody girls sitting on 1 goose egg each, along with chicken eggs. And we'll see if this works or not. Usually I don't like setting things up for a staggered hatch, but in this case, I think I want to raise each goose separately and raise each goose with chicks. So I think hopefully this will work out, but it's a little bit of an experiment. So we'll see. Hatch date. Well, the hatch date should start next week, so we'll see where this leads. Got all your eggs covered, Mama? Including the big goose one? see any of them sticking out. I think you're good. Have a good night.